Joining me at the bass sessions today is Keith Wilkinson from the Jar family. Keith, thanks for taking time to talk to me.
Pleasure.
Hartlepool, 2010 the band formed, and I know that it's a singer-songwriter collective, or that's how it's been described. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's it. There are 5 singer-songwriters. That was the initial project. And when I came in, the guys were kind of sort of operating in that mode, sort of individually. So my role was to try and make it more cohesive and put a rhythm section behind it. And it all started to click and work. And
so now the Jar family is a band rather than a
exactly. I mean, the Jar family, the name originally is kind of from the open mic nights and busking, where sort of all the money sort of goes into the jar and whoever needs takes out.
I was going to ask you about
and now it's kind of a more bohemian attitude, where sort of all the ideas go into a jar, if you like. And,
right. So. Can we talk about the style as well? I mean, you've been called industrial folk. My favourite, actually, the Craft magazine, they compared you to the Owl equivalent of real ale. I mean, what would you say the style is?
Yeah, both.
Yeah. I mean, as we don't. Music's always hung on genres and pegs, and it's this and it's that and it's the other. But I mean, the industrial folk, that's actually emanated from the band, didn't it?
Yeah, we found that a really handy sort of handle to sort of to hold on to when we've done, like, for example, the Doncaster Folk Festival, which was tremendous. We had great fun. Yeah. A couple of our numbers are definitely not what you would call folk. Yeah. So industrial folk sort of
got you through it.
And now we kind of like that sort of umbrella that we're under. You know, so.
Yeah, it gives you the folky side and the more rock side.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. And I know that in July 2010, the Livingston studio EP was the first thing that the band did. That's really when you...
Well, that's the first thing the band did with myself.
Yeah. Because, of course, you were in Squeeze, you were been with Jules Holland for a number of years, 13?
Yeah. Till about 95, 96,
yeah. So you took a break from music and came back?
Yeah, I did indeed. And I had been doing a few sort of lightweight musical projects, if you like. This came along, and it was just my wife, sort of, who's part of the management team, asked me to sort of take a look and see what I could do to help. And we got on so well because we're all Geordies, basically. Yeah. And I know Squeeze is a South East London band, but they did have a token Geordie. Yeah, that's right. So we got on really well, and we went into the studio, did 5 tracks there. It's kind of a more unplugged than the album is, the first album. We have the second album in the can, which is due for release, hopefully in December. But yeah, that first EP is kind of unplugged. Yeah.
I mean, the debut single was Poolish Strut, wasn't it? August 2011. Yeah. Can I just read you a quote that I believe came from the band, but I love this. An urban romance about a raggy lad from the council estates of Hartlepool who somehow charms a well-to-do girl without even trying. She just loves his Poolish Strut. And, you know, as I said to you, I think it's kind of Hartlepool's version of Uptown Girl.
I don't think that came from the band, but yeah, it's good. Yeah, the Poolish Strut's about that sort of swagger, like the Manchester swagger that you get. Yeah, it was adopted by Hartlepool United Football.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, the football club.
Tell us the story about Hartlepool United playing.
Well, they started playing it before every game, and which was great to start with because they won the first 12 matches last season and made us look really good, like we were a good talisman. But and they started to lose everything, you know, as per normal.
But I know it was the most requested song on Hartlepool Radio Hartlepool.
Yeah, when we play in Hartlepool, it is like being in the Beatles. You know, they just go ballistic. You know, they're a fantastic crowd. And
I mean, I've seen the video for the single, and it's really kind of inclusive of everybody from the city. People are singing the words, and
they do. They do know all the words to the songs, and they sing them en masse back.
This is fantastic. You know, we're halfway through 2012. The first single's been out. The first EP has been out for 2 years, and yet everybody. I mean, I know there's a real buzz happening in music circles, but there seems to be a real buzz in Hartlepool of the hometown boys done good kind of thing. You know, doing very well.
That's exactly it. Yeah. There are 2 or 3 songs on that first EP that are on the album. So re-recorded, obviously, but I mean, they have been sort of people in Hartlepool have just sort of absorbed all of the stuff that we've thrown at them and throw it right back at us.
Fantastic. And then there's the second single, In for a Penny, was out November 2011.
Yeah.
And I know that through 2012, I mean, all the way through the spring and what we laughingly call the summer, you've been kind of out there busy. And how have those shows been going?
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of festivals, sampling a lot of mud. The mud in Ryder in mid Wales is really, really good. I was just telling one of the guys here, Liam, that it brushes off when it dries and there's no stain at all.
There's a book in this, you know.
Oh, I think there is. I think there is. Yeah. I think connoisseur. You know.
But I mean, you've been doing some fairly high profile shows as well. I mean,
yeah, we opened for Alabama 3.
Was Segs playing bass for them from the Roots?
Segs, yes, it was.
Yeah,
yes,
fantastic,
man. Yeah. He I was trying to remember his name. They were a great bunch of guys, you know, and Aurora, obviously not a guy, but just a great band and really sort of helpful to us and afforded us as much time as we needed for sound checks, because the band hadn't actually ever played on a big stage before.
Bit daunting, but yourself.
Well, it sounds so different, you know, and it can be it can throw sort of a novice.
I think also, do you think the dynamics as well? If you're on a big stage, when you're kind of in a pub in a corner, that you're all together and you can kind of communicate. It's a lot more difficult when it's a big stage and guitarists over here, bass players over here.
Yeah, and sounds go missing, and so the dynamic on stage can be sort of a bit weird.
Yeah.
But the guys were just tremendous. They just took to it like water, you know, like ducks to water. I should just say that if you want to check out anything about the band at all, the website is thejarfamily.com, or just Google the band and go to Facebook and take a few likes, and that'll help no end.
Fantastic. Thanks for taking the time, Keith, to talk to us.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure.
Great.